the Premier League has followed UEFA's lead and limited the number of years a club can spread the cost of a transfer fee for players on long-term contracts. We all know that Chelsea have spent £1 billion since the bully takeover last year, but they have been questioned by some after they gave a whole host of their signings long-term deals up to, well, 8 years or more. And only as recently as yesterday, Tottenham did the very same. Destiny Udogie, he signed a new 6.5-year deal with Tottenham just 3 months after making his Premier League debut. Why does this happen? If you're a player and you get an 8-year contract, how easy is that to manage if you are that player's manager? That's what Pochettino's having to deal with at the moment. Does that player not go into something of a comfort zone?
I think the players with a less than elite mentality might go into a comfort zone. I think it's harder to hurt those players if it's a financial reason that they're at that club rather than want to be the best player they possibly can be. But I think the best players, we spoke about it earlier with Klopp and Guardiola, the best players, regardless of what they're earning, regardless of how long their contract is, they want to achieve greatness, don't they? They want to be the best player that they can be. But of course, if you're giving a player big money over a long period of time, you can't help the fact that they are in a very comfortable position. I don't know if that changes that many Premier League players' perspective. I don't know.
I think it does a bit. I think the minority are elite.
The minority are elite?
Yeah. I think the majority fall into a comfort zone, even if you don't want to.
Because of the length of?
Because of the money.
Yeah.
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 Honestly.
Your longest contract was, 4 years,
Yeah.
I think. Would you ever have even considered signing an 8-year deal?
Absolutely.
Because
at Liverpool.
you'd
At
have
Liverpool,
jumped
I'd
in
have signed
because
an $8 million year length deal.
You would have
Because
signed
I never
for
wanted to
life.
leave. Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course I did. I was living the dream. I'd reached everything. I'd done everything I want to do. I wanted to try and stay there. But even me, so I'll put myself in this. And this is why I think Chelsea have done it wrong. And they're young players as well. It's not like rewarding a 25-year-old or 26 who's just starting to become much more emotionally intelligent around the football world. But when I was at Liverpool, so I got a couple of new contracts there. I was there 7 seasons. I would give 7 seasons, I think. After one particular contract and one good season, one of my good seasons, and some might argue there wasn't many, but
not at all.
I got warned by Houllier the pre-season of the next one saying, come on, you. Me and Stevie got warned, actually. And I went, what do you mean?
You and Steven Gerrard got
Yeah.
warned by him?
He said, you two, think you made it. He said, be careful. So I said, well, whatever. Do me a favour. What are you talking about? 3 games into the season, I was taken in the squad to Blackburn. He lifted the flip chart up. I wasn't even on the bench. Binned. Went into his office on the Monday. I said, what's going on? He said, I warned you. And that was me falling into a comfort zone of thinking I had a few more quid. I was in the team every week. And it took someone like him, who you know how we got on, to actually just jog me again. And God sod's law, they went and won the next 5 out of 6 or so. I couldn't get back in for weeks.
No, I get that, but Pochettino can't do that at Chelsea.
Well,
because he's saddled with those players who have signed forever contracts.
Yeah,
for
but
probably a longer deal than Pochettino.
But I'm using that point to show you can get in the comfort zone even when you're at the club you love and adore. So if you're a French lad coming in Chelsea and you're thinking, oh, well, he doesn't fancy me, where's the incentive? Because they can either pay me up or I'll sit here.
See, that's a great point, isn't it, Gary? And a kid coming into Chelsea at the moment, not that we're suggesting Chelsea this is what's going on.
But it could happen.
Like, I'm all right. I'm not playing, but that's okay. Because I have the security of that, which I've signed.
And it's very difficult then to change that situation, isn't it? Because the player's on a lot of money over a long period of time and no other club probably is going to pay for that player, particularly when they're not playing at the top of the game. Chelsea have gone for a specific model, haven't they? They've gone young. The best talent they think is out there. They've gone young. They've probably overpaid for it. They've stretched it over a long period of time. They know those players are still going to have value. Oh, it's not like doing it with a 26, 27-year-old. So they've done it from a financial aspect and hoping that then gives them the performance over a long period of time they want. But like you say, particularly as a manager, when a player when you manage a player that signs a big money deal on a long-term contract, that puts you in a really difficult position if they don't play anything other than at a top level every
The thing is with this, Gary, is there's nothing to compare it to.
No.
Nobody's ever done this.
No.
Nobody's ever spent that much money on potential and asked a coach to sort it out.
That's right.
It's never been done.
That's right.
No.
So we can all hypothesise about what's going to happen. They could either be champions of Europe and Premier League winners in 3 or 4 years, or having a relegation battle. We don't know.
Right.
I doubt the latter,
Right,
but you know
Danny,
what I'm saying.
You're spot on.
Jim White and Simon Jordan. Monday to Friday mornings from 10 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.